So good morning, everyone. It is our great pleasure, my great pleasure, but I'm welcoming all of you on behalf of the whole organizing committee to this special celebration, the 20th anniversary of the Masters Forest Information Technology program. We are honored to see so many of you here, the tutors, alumni, and our friends, our dear guests. This is the opportunity not just to look back at these 20th years of our experience and history, but also about looking at the community that we have built, the milestones that were achieved, but also about looking into the future. I'm sure the bright future. Before we begin, I would like, on behalf of the host of this event, Professor Marta Aleksandrowicz-Trzcińska, Dean of the Faculty of Forestry, and Professor Roman Wójcik, the Director of Institute of Forest Sciences of our university, to extend a special welcome to all of our distinguished guests. First of all, this is my great pleasure to welcome guests from Eberswalde University for Sustainable Development, who co-create the program and who are with us for this, today for this celebration. So let me welcome Professor Jan-Peter Mund, the co-head of the study program, Professor Katarina Messerer, Dr. Evelyn Valor, coordinator of the study program, and Professor Louis Miranda, lecturer of the study program. Let me welcome our guests from other scientific institutions from Poland. This is Professor Maciej Pach, Vice Dean of Forest Faculty of Agricultural University of Krakow, and Professor Stanisław Drozdowski, the Director of Forest Research Institute. There are also with us our colleagues from other institutes and faculties of Warsaw University of Life Sciences. We are honored to welcome you to this anniversary. Let me welcome Professor Eugeniusz Koda, the Director of the Institute of Civil Engineering of Warsaw University of Life Sciences, and Professor Rafał Wołosiak, Dean of the Faculty of Food Technology, and Dr. Diana Dziewa-Dawidczyk, Vice Dean of the Faculty of Applied Informatics and Mathematics. Now, no anniversary would be complete without hearing from the people who brings this program to life, I mean alumni. And I'm delighted to welcome our keynote speakers. There are with us Professor Addo Koranteng from the Institute of Research, Innovation and Development, Kumasi Technical University of Ghana, Beksim Hoxha from Investeco Katowice, Michal Heim from the Bavarian State Institute of Forestry, Michał Żugajewicz from the Enviro Solutions, and Mark Rupa, who represents both the Agricultural University of Tirana and the University of Natural Resources of Life Sciences of Vienna. I also warmly welcome all of you, all of our alumni who are here with us today. Your presence is very important and it enriches the event. Finally, I would like to welcome all of you, our guests, all of you who are today with us here, but also remotely, to celebrate this important day. We are really grateful for your presence, for your commitment to the success of this program. And to open today's celebration, I would like to introduce a video message from Dr. Mania Schüle, Minister for Science, Research and Culture, Brandenburg.
Alumni. 20 Jahre Forest Information Technology. Das sind 2 Jahrzehnte digitale Spurensuche im Wald, 2 Jahrzehnte Wurzelbildung über die Grenzen hinweg, 2 Jahrzehnte Forstmanagement mit Weitblick. Denn vor 20 Jahren haben kluge Menschen in Eberswalde und in Warschau die Zeichen der Digitalisierung erkannt und beschlossen, neue Fachleute auszubilden, die ökologische Zusammenhänge mit digitalen Werkzeugen erforschen und das auch noch interdisziplinär und grenzüberschreitend. Die Idee kam damals genau zur richtigen Zeit, denn heute, mitten im Klimawandel, brauchen wir diese Expertinnen und Experten weltweit dringend. Umso besser, dass es sie gibt. Denn sie können Sturmschäden heute mit Satelliten, Drohnen und WLAN im Wald in Echtzeit aufspüren und dank KI auch präziser vorhersagen. Für diese in Europa einmalige Ausbildung kommen Menschen von allen Kontinenten nach Eberswalde und Warschau. Und so ist aus dem mutigen Setzling von 2005 ein kräftiger Baum geworden. Tief verwurzelt in Brandenburg und Polen, aber mit Zweigen bis nach Ghana, Vietnam und Mexiko. Mich freut besonders, dass Ihr Studiengang nicht nur Wissen vermittelt, sondern auch Brücken baut zwischen den Disziplinen, zwischen den Ländern. Denn wie unsere Freundinnen und Freunde in Warschau so schön sagen, Rashem Moshmi Wiesche. Gemeinsam schaffen wir mehr. Herzlichen Glückwunsch und auf weitere 20 Jahre im Dienste von Mensch und Natur.
Okay, thank you. And now let me invite our hosts to this special event from Warsaw University of Life Sciences. And first of all, I would like to welcome to the stage Professor Marta Aleksandrowicz-Szczyńska, Dean of the Faculty of Forestry. Marta, the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, students, and esteemed guests, it's a great honor and a true pleasure to welcome you all today as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Forest Information Technology Program, a joint initiative between Faculty of Forestry of Warsaw University of Life Sciences and our valued partners at Eberswalde University for Sustainable Development. When this program began 2 decades ago, some of our students hadn't even been born yet. Some of our lecturers still had dial-up internet, and cloud computing was just something that happened on rainy days in the forest. But all jokes aside, since its inception, the Forest Information Technology Program has been a symbol of innovation, cooperation, and excellence in education. It has connected students and lecturers from different countries, cultures, and academic traditions. It has blended forestry, ecology, and environmental study with cutting-edge technology, data science, and geoinformatics. Over the years, FIT has become more than just a study program. It has become a vibrant academic community, a space for international collaboration, and a launchpad for ambitious careers. I would like to sincerely thank all the people who have contributed to the success of this program. To academic staff for your dedication, expertise, and collaborative spirit, to the administrative teams for your tireless work behind the scenes, to our partners at Eberswalde, thank you for your unwavering commitment and friendships throughout these 2 decades. And to the students and alumni, thank you for your passion, curiosity, and for carrying the legacy of this program into the world. As we look to the future, we are more convinced than ever that international cooperation, interdisciplinary thinking, and technological innovation are the keys for sustainable forestry. I'm sure that the Forest Information Technology Program will continue to grow, evolve, and inspire. Let us celebrate this milestone together with pride in our achievement and with hope for what lies ahead. Thank you, and may the next 20 years be even more remarkable.
Thank you. And now I would like to welcome to the stage Professor Roman Wójcik, the Director of Institute of Forest Sciences.
Good morning, directors, deans, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for my voice, but I'm a little ill. It is a great honor to welcome you on the occasion of 20th anniversary of Forest Information Technology. Today, we not only celebrate 2 decades of gaining knowledge about modern technologies and tools in forestry, and also look to the future full of new opportunities for cooperation. Thank you for joining us on this special day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And finally, last but not least, I would like to invite Professor Jan Peter Mund from Eberswalde University for Sustainable Development.
Ladies and gentlemen, directors, esteemed staff, and dear guests and dear colleagues, it's my pleasure to extend our warm welcome from the Eberswalde University of Sustainable Development to the Warsaw University of Life Science, and to wish us all a very good time here today in this celebration, and also looking back a little bit and looking ahead. Since we had a kind of a history that is very similar. Both institutes of forest science had a very similar time together. Very early, in the very early starts, Eberswalde and Warsaw University of Life Science had a faculty of forestry in the very early years, long time ago, and we see these celebrations of the heads of the forestry science in our institute as well as in your institute. And we are also always looking back what has happened in forest science over the time. And Michał Zasada was remembering the building on the upper right side, which is the founding faculty building. And now we had turned this into a forestry campus that has a lot of new innovations over the last years. And I was just recently talking this morning with our department head, Katharina Messerer, that the only empty space which is here will be filled quite soon with the next building that we get from our minister that we have been listening to. And these 20 years ago, not me, but colleagues, and some of them are here and some of them are around. And one is your director at the university, rector at the university. At this time, they were very curious and ambitious in a way, just looking back, and they are enjoying the time when Google and YouTube were also opened these years. So they are also celebrating 20 years of anniversary. And we had this already on Friday in our celebration, that when we are looking back in scientific and computer science, we always have to think about, okay, FIT has been developing along the line with these huge innovations that has turned the digital life, our digital life, totally different. We would not navigate without Google anymore. We would not live without YouTube. Maybe we are doing this nowadays on TikTok and Instagram or in LinkedIn and not anymore in YouTube, but we do see many, many, many videos of lecturers also on YouTube. And just for the ones who have been with us that time in computer science, remember, it was 512 megabytes of RAM that we had in 2005. Yeah? And the processors were very, very, very small and not very fast. Okay, Professor Schulz, who was one of the founders, who cannot be here today because he's a little sick and he decided not to travel this today otherwise, and I have to extend his greetings to all of you. He was with us, he's retired already some 5 years, and he was with us in Eberswalde. He always said, when I came to the university, just remember when the Russians were trying to fly to the moon, but at least cycling around the globe, and the Americans flew to the moon. The computer science was not that much developed, but still they were able to do it. And 20 years later, we had 20 times the computer capacity, but at that time, no one was flying to the moon. So it was already possible without or with less capacity. It happened that this button here, which is standing here, was initially touched and pressed in Eberswalde by Michał Zasada and Professor Fason. He's the rector nowadays in your university. He used to be our president for a longer period and also retired now. And behind there are some other people. I think we just estimated the second person here is the mayor, the former mayor of Eberswalde. This is Professor Schill, and the others I even don't know myself. It happened in 2005 in our new auditorium that we had seen, the file auditorium, that this button was pressed, and it sparked the idea of initiating FIT into our universities, in both universities. And it was from our side of view, Professor Schulz, whom we have to remember here, that he was the, let's say, managing founder together with Michał Zasada, and working all the time very hard to have this permanent student exchange. And this morning I met at the occasion of the coffee Mark Rupa, that I have not met before, but I have heard stories about him and I've seen pictures, and he will see a picture probably of yourself in a minute. He asked if there are still students going from Eberswalde or Warsaw coming to Eberswalde, and I said yes, there is a regular exchange. Every year students who enrolled on that study program have to be in the summer term here in Warsaw, and during the winter term they are starting in winter. We have on Friday, we have seen pictures of an Indian alumni now who is doing at the Boko University his PhD, that he was standing somewhere out here in snow, and he was so amazed by the snow, because every student starts in February with you, and in the first semester they are enrolled in Eberswalde. So here are some pictures of the very early years, and I do recognize some faces which have not changed. So these are early badges of our FIT community, and Professor Schulz is always among them. And now this is the new team in Eberswalde. I inherited the heading of this study program. I was with Professor Schulz from 2010 until his retirement, and I learned from him all the strong collaboration, and then we had enlarged the team a little bit, so we have permanent 5 people staff which are lecturing and organizing well in the program. Some of them are here, Dr. Evelyn Valor and Luis Miranda. Luis Miranda as professor and successor of Professor Schulz. Jens Müller, who is the IT and informatics professor, recently came to the study program, and Nicole is also alumni from our study program and had enjoyed the time here with you in Warsaw and is now a regular lecturer. So looking back, we had sometimes a little bit of strange times with enrollment. Not always good, but you can see a linear trend, simple statistics, and we have crushed the trend by this year. So this is not logarithmic, but it's exceeding the ceiling, and we had more than 200 applications this year. Yes, it has something to do with that our national president went to India and agreed upon a regular strong exchange with Indian students and allowed more Indian students to come to Germany. And we do see already in the program a permanent trend of growing Indian applicants. But yeah, that helps a lot. And we have a very, very successful and very good developed and strong master program that is a dual degree bilateral master program built on trust and collaboration among our institutes, among our countries. And that is a very interesting opportunity, not only for the students, but also for all the lecturers to exchange. And nowadays, and we have some innovations that we do see, we are building with geospatial technology a biomass viewer for all Brandenburg based on LiDAR, airborne LiDAR data. We are not yet fully allowed to show it because it has not been agreed with the ministry yet, but I'm proudly to show it that FIT alumni have been working on segmenting all the trees in Brandenburg based on LiDAR data. It is not the best, let's say it is the best, but it is not the most recent because Brandenburg is not able to really fly every year a new LiDAR survey. So we have a patch of different years and we can flip the sliders here. I'm not showing that. And then we get the different species and we get the different biomass. And we can also show how tall the trees are and what timber is available. And last but not least, we are also working strongly on segmentation. Also in this case LiDAR, but handheld horizontal LiDAR, and we are building a full workflow of segmenting the LiDAR data and building digital twins of trees. We had recently purchased new UAVs with LiDAR equipment, and then also the new CT scanner that Luis is managing, that allows us also to not only look onto the tree but also into the tree with new capacities that allow students then to do remote sensing on the very, very precise near field. It's also remote sensing because they are not drilling into it. And yes, we had also this nice celebration on Friday. We got this wonderful clock from Mihaus Zasada, and that's the opportunity for me to also hand over 2 presents. On the one hand, and I have the opportunity to hand out this original picture, which was so much welcomed by Mihaus Zasada. He was asking me many times to get it, and on behalf of our university, and because Mihaus Zasada cannot make it this morning here, I heard, maybe later, I hand it over to you as the 20 years anniversary or opening image officially. And there is a second one that is the 10 years anniversary that we celebrated in Eberswalde 10 years ago. Some of the ones which are here are on this picture, and I'm handing it over to you. Thank you very much for the collaboration. So these 2 things we can bring, and we have nicely seen that you have also put the welcoming logo and the banner outside for the celebration, which is very much welcome. So just to look into the future. And in 2055, my turn is always, FIT will be still alive. So we will see digital twins of forest, everything is scanned, the trees are talking with us, with our smartphones, maybe not directly with us, but at least with our smartphones. Everything is digital. This is an imagination, definitely from AI, but in Finland and Sweden, we know already that digital forests are there. And international people gather from all over the world still to the program, maybe with new fancy equipment, scanning the trees all over in the forest, in tropical forest, doesn't matter, and get all the insights. So this is an imagination maybe of a CT scanner in 20 years from now, or maybe in 15 years from now. I don't know if Luis is going to build with the students one. And I would like to thank you very much, Bácsa Dinkuye, for this nice event. And that's very much, I'm very much pleased to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your speech. It was great to hear about your experience and to have this trip to the past. And now we are going to the session about the session which is titled Storytelling by Tutors, Forest Information Technology Lessons Learned and Future Directions. Sorry. And I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Karol Bronisz, who is the Vice Dean of the Forest Faculty, the tutor of the Forest Information Technology Program, who will be followed by others whose commitment to the program led to its great success. So let's have them share their experience with us. Karol, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Dagny. Dear guests, dear deans, dear directors, dear alumni, dear colleagues, please allow me to use this opportunity, this occasion, to say a few words about my little bit private, personal experience related to the Forest Information Technology Master Program. From my perspective, everything starts in 2016. In this time, I was rather focused on research and teaching related to the forest measurements, things related to the form factor, basal area, volume, measurements, so the typical things focus on the trees, on the stand from the ground. And this was also the time 2016 when I spoke with our professor Michał Zasada, and he asked me to support the classes related to the statistics. Statistics 2. This is the one of our module in the second semester in Warsaw. And I got some initial thoughts about this experience, but according to my character and according to my nature, those thoughts were rather not so, if I can say, not so nice. First of all, I thought, okay, this will be in English, so how it could look like. What will happen if I don't know, if I don't understand the question? Students from almost all over the world, so it's also could be tricky. What will happen if I will be not able to install array baris on the beginning of the classes? But lucky me, everything was, during those years, everything was fine. Yeah, so software is always sometimes, not always, sometimes tricky. What will happen if someone will ask me about the equation for the residual standard error? How to explain those strange behavior of the residuals of the model 1? So those were my thoughts, doubts about my classes for fit students. But after some time, well, after 1 or 2 years of my experience, I understand that classes with fit students are, on the one hand, very demanding, but on the other hand, very useful and very interesting. And those classes are useful, allow us to grow both my side as a teacher, but also, at least I hope, from the students, sides, and energy, students' energy. This very, it's allow us to keep improving for the future, and it allows me to improve my my classes, my teaching for the next time, every time. A part of the classes, a part of the statistics, it's appeared that we are able to go to the forest a little bit. We got some experience related to the cutting of the trees, measuring the trees, lying trees, things related to the biomass, carbon amount. So those are the, I can claim that this is the beginning of the story related to the climate change, how to calculate the carbon amount in the forest, different type of the forest. So this is also still is a great experience, great lesson for me. When we talk about the field, from time to time, we don't have to go far away from the building, but we have close to here very nice old huge oak. And as far as I have occasion, we are going to the students to this place and spend some time together and discuss about the things related to the biomass modeling, related to national forest inventory, and also different topic related to the fit classes. A part of the classes, it is also possible from my side to arrange a little bit more collaboration, and one of the example of this collaboration, those are the master thesis, and one of the master thesis is related to the taper modeling based on laser scanning data. So we can see one of the lesson learned is that we can find different levels, different space for the work together, for the collaboration. Few words about the future. But it's worth to mention that, as already Jan Peter mentioned, that a lot of people or a lot of professors experienced persons work still on the past, but also in the present, work on the thing how we can develop the forest information technology master program in both sides, from Poland and Germany. Also, we have great team, teachers team. So I am just one person, started from 2006, and first I had the question, okay, what I can say, based on my experience, how I can say a few words about the future of our study program. And slightly, there was a lot of discussion about the AI. So I thought, okay, so maybe I will ask ChatGPT, what will be the future of the forest information technology master degree program offered by both universities. Yeah, we got 3 scenarios, the bad one, in the middle, and the best one. So I think that we have even more details about those scenarios. So I think that using the newest technology, artificial intelligence, and our experience, I think that we will manage. Please allow me to merge the past and the future. One of the demanding point from the past was 2021. This was the COVID time, and during this time we had the quarantine for all our FIS students. We locked the students in dormitory for 2 weeks. So this was very demanding, very very serious moment for and difficult moment for all of us. In 2023, we changed a little bit the point of view from the formal point of view, and we, together with the team from the Eberswalde, we updated the whole master program. So this is also important moment, important time for our activity for the forest information technology program. 2025, today, in Friday, we are able to sign the new agreement between our university, and this is the symbolically, this is the same bench in the park in Eberswalde where the previous origin document was signed in 2005. Yeah. Another interesting experience, also in 2025, some logistical perturbations related to our accommodation in Eberswalde. So yeah, we are able to face with the newest digital technology, but when we will take all together and we think about our experience from the past, from the different level, those more serious and those smaller ones, and when we think about the fantastic people, I'm convinced that when we think about the future, everything will be just fine. And using this occasion, I would like to say a few words. I am very grateful say a few words about our team. I am very grateful for support, for collaboration with our FIT team. I would like to mention about the Irena, Łukasz, Agnieszka, Kamil, Dagny. So this was for me. This was great pleasure to work with those people, and this was very fantastic. And special words, if I can ask Marta for support.
Agnieszka? Yes, come here. Thank you very much for your commitment from tireless behind the scene.
Okay, thank you, Carol. And now I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Michał Brach, another teacher for the FIT program.
Okay, thanks a lot for having me here. It's a big pleasure to be here, and actually, I don't know, I just want to relax a little bit the atmosphere. There'll be only images, nothing more, so you can see how our job looks like. To be honest, this is when I started my career, let's say here, I was not expecting that will be that moment that I can start be a lecturer on the FIT direction. This is really pleasure. And to be honest, according to the didactic experience which I have, this is the best point in my life, absolutely entire life. This was absolutely big pleasure and incredible experience, actually, not only because of the there were people from completely different part of the world. It's give me a lot, but also the feeling which I had from these students was really incredible, and this is what I want to tell about it in this presentation. So I am actually from the real beginning. I was just trying to set and calculate how many people are now still in the program, and we have only 6 teachers which are now still in this program. I am proud that I'm one of them. Victor is here also, so Victor also is one of them, and Tadeusz is also here. So it's perfect that they are here. And what I want to tell you, what was the crucial point here, that when we started, exactly, I remember that. You should remember that. In that part of the time, it wasn't easy to find teacher who can be fluently talking English. It was really hard. And believe me, I was quite young. Unfortunately, I'm not now young. Anyway, I remember exactly this moment when it was December 2005 when Michał Zasada came to my office and told me in two months you will start GIS in English. It was completely devastating for me. I was completely stuck to the wall. I completely don't know what to do. Anyway, he decided like that, and I have to face up this problem. Yeah, this chance, actually, not a problem. Yeah, but anyway, we just started. And on this picture, on this right part here, you can see that students on this first year, I remember exactly, there were so many good students. To be honest, I can tell it now, they were better than me. Believe me. Here you can see the Elizabeth Dresden on the right top picture. She's not maybe visible here, but she was so good that actually I won one of the classes. She just was a teacher on one of the classes. They were very good. They were also very demanding according to the questions, to the deep question inside the GIS. You can see this guy on the right bottom picture with the hands up. It was a nightmare because he's asking question by the question. I was completely on the wall. Yeah, but anyway, this was really, we put a little big effort just to start these classes. Yeah, but what is also interesting, you can see these 2 pictures on the right. They are in Eberswalde, because actually students, what was incredible, students ask me just come to Eberswalde to give us another additional lessons. So it was like that. Yeah, so it was really demanding, and we are struggling a lot, but anyway, this was really big success. And the next year was really funny, because you can see the group on the left side here on this picture. Most of these students are the Polish students. Only one guy on the right top, he is the German guy, but this is very incredible year when they're only Polish students. And I remember exactly one moment when they come here to the classroom, and there wasn't this German guy wasn't present, so I started to lead the classes in Polish simply, because it was possible. But anyway, I exactly remember that. It was really nice. By the way, some of these people here in this group are still my friends, really big friends, and we have a really big friendship. It's really a pleasure. Just I could have a chance to meet them. What is also crucial, what was mentioned here by Carol, the big collaboration. We have collaboration with many different people who just because maybe of this lack of the English teachers, but anyway, we had a very good collaboration from the real beginning. As you can see on this picture on the left, unfortunately, there is a Tomasz Zawiła-Niedźwiecki here on the right part. Unfortunately, he passed away. A great teacher and a great personality who actually put a big effort just to put the fit on this level. But anyway, as you can see also in the center, you can see Paweł Strzeliński, who is from Poznań, who also helped us just to actually grow up, just to show it. As you can see, this 2007, and there is a laser terrestrial laser scanner here. Yeah, so we put absolutely everything what was possible on the top, according to the GIS classes and GIS knowledge here. So this was very, very, very demanding for us. We were trying to do as best as we can. And Professor Mundt, presented it on the previous graph, but as you can see, year by year, the students are growing. Yeah, so the number of students were increasing. We have now a really big number of students. In one part of actually the didactic, it's problematic, yeah, because we have huge number of students, and personally, especially when I have field classes, it's really hard to keep the level of actually teaching on the big group. That's why we decided to divide it to smaller groups when is possible. But anyway, as you can see, year by year, we are just doing a lot of classes. It was fantastic moment. We actually moved to Rogów to make field classes, and we year by year we are just doing these classes in very big success. One of the great part of Rogów is that this is the time when the students can really spend a lot of time actually in real forest, but actually they can spend this time as a relaxed time, just in the forest, just to talk each other, just to spend the time, just to share actually the culture. Yeah, this is incredible. Year by year, I can get absolutely new culture from the side of the world where will be never. Yeah, so this is very, very, very interesting for me. Very, very nice for me. Here you can see also very, very interesting the Robert, who is on the right part of the picture. I really didn't believe this possible. This guy come from other guy, Jackson Seymour. They came from California, from sunny California, when there is warm, perfect weather, the best way on the living on the world, and they decided to spend. Actually, in Robert, he is just married with a Polish girl. He has a child here, and he's living here, so he left this California, and he is living now in Poland. So it's incredible, yeah, how we can completely have different point of view. Yeah, Jackson returned back to United States, but these guys were actually amazing. Yeah, so I have really nice memories with them. Here is an example of the Rogów. As you can see, perfect because of the different starting time of the GIS classes. In Rogów, we have sometimes completely different state of the forest. Here you can see on the bottom the Rogów research field when we travel year by year. But what is nice, really, believe me, this is very nice, that every time there is a fun. Yeah, we spend a really nice fun time. We mix these field classes with the classroom workflow with the data processing. So actually what we are trying to do is just to measure something and just do it in electronic form, actually on their computers. Yeah. So this is really interesting when the students can see what are the results just a few hours later, yeah, on their computers. So we are just trying to keep it because actually I see it's really good. But sometimes, as you can see here, maybe I don't know if it starts working, but sometimes they spend a lot of hours just to correctly set the instrument on the place. You can see a lot of, actually it should last about, I don't know, 15 seconds. They spend half an hour. Yeah, but this is very nice thing when I just doing something, and it's really funny. I every time I have actually nice feeling when I was working with the students. And what's important, I'm really proud of that because the results finally are very good. Yes, very good. We are just keeping, thanks to Michał Zasada support, we are just keeping ESRI product now as a main software. We are still using ArcGIS and our GIS Pro, and year by year I can see that students makes actually much better project. They do a lot of things. These are really complicated projects which they are delivered to me after the GIS classes, and I am really happy. Of course, there are situations where people mostly, according to the Carol questions, I remember, where are my files on disk? It is the most common question. But after that, at the beginning, they can create really good projects. Yeah, so I you know. I'm really happy after the final results. Of course, there are a few of them, but I just they generate a lot of projects, so I'm really happy with that. And what's finally I can see is a pleasure that Ado is here, but we have real results. Yeah. So these papers, which you can see, these papers are actually with contribution after the master thesis of the students. So it's published. Actually, it exists. We have one PhD student who is present here. So Professor Ado is now. So I'm also proud of that. So actually some of the projects are now ongoing, and we are trying to publish the master thesis, but believe me, these are very good actually theses which are able to publish, and we are trying to do this as we can. And finally, as what I can say, students, German students especially, also likes to learn in Polish. So believe me, this here, FIT 2001, I love you. It's written in Polish. Actually, it was absolutely, as with small error, you can see there's an error. So actually, believe me, that's German students' ideas. But anyway, they were really satisfied. Actually, it means I love you, FIT 2021. And here you can see the students on the grass where they were drawn on the airspace. So they won't just generate a FIT name here, but actually this is a really big pleasure. They have really nice. You can see on these faces they are happy. There were never any problems. Every time they are really. Thankful that they can spend this time here, and we are really happy that we can also be with them students. So thanks a lot. I hope I can keep my my role as a teacher for the next year, because this is the best and the biggest pleasure for me which I had here on this. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Michał, for such an engaging presentation. And now I would like to welcome Dr. Robert Tomusiak, who will also share his experience with us. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear students, and dear friends of Forest Information Technology. It's a great honor and great privilege to me to stand here and to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Forest Information Technology program, the program which we can say is unique in the scale of Europe, and show us how cooperation between two universities can exist and how fruitful the cooperation could be. The program was launched two decades ago with the vision to integrate forestry with the modern information technology. So it was the vision when we started, and I'm a teacher at the FIT study program with the elective tree-ring analysis now, but I would like to have another perspective than my colleagues. I fully agree with experience in teaching. It is fantastic experience teaching FIT students and collaborate with them. But I was also the first coordinator of this study program in the very, very beginning. And we had the vision, but we had a lot of challenges. As you know, FIT study program was the almost first fully English taught study program at our university. So it came with many challenges. And we need to work on many practical solutions. From the perspective, we can say that it was very simple stuff, simple issues, but we need to struggle with it, and it was possible for the collaboration. I still remember many excellent meetings and collaboration of representatives of both universities, Professor Michał Zasada, Professor Tomasz Zawiła-Niedźwiecki, Professor Alfred Schulz. I remember his adding for this study formula for study curriculum. It was great. And of course, the first coordinator from Eberswalde side, Krzysztof Nowicki. So it shows us that even truly difficult problems can be solved when both sides are willing to act, collaborate in partnership. As the part of our work in the beginning was improvement of study formula, curriculum, and many things like that. But sometimes problems which we found, or me as the coordinator, was very basic, like for example helping students with getting home in dormitories, because the first group was only English, only abroad students. So even supporting with dormitories was my job. But of course, we had more serious problems, like for example, a problem with extending the permit to stay in Poland, because students coming from Germany can come for 3 months only, and our bureaucracy and migration office was terrible. And of course, it tested everyone's patience. Ado is smiling, he knows what I mean. He knows what I mean. So migration office. Of course, on the next study years, when Polish students joined to the program, they helped very much for students from abroad. So I was very happy that they not only study together, but they also cooperate, work, or maybe study in the bigger meaning of this word. Maybe this is my full presentation. So this is the picture of calendar of the first FIT study group, the pioneer group. And it was really pioneers. I would like to say thank you for these students. I learned a lot from them, helping them. And I remember very big enthusiasm, a very big patience when they came to the many obstacles. I think that we can also be very happy from our graduates. We have people with doctoral degrees. We have people working in the forestry administration on high level, high positions, people working at natural conservancy agencies, as well as international cooperations. So I had the honor of being or serving as the coordinator for 3 years, and coming back memories to that time, I can say it was wonderful time for me, exceptional for me, but also exceptional for development of our faculty. So I can say now that it was a historical time for our faculty. I also would like to say thank you for all people I met during my serving as the coordinator, for the authorities with big understanding of the problems, with big help, for our colleagues from the faculty, for our colleagues from Eberswalde, and of course for the students, thanking them for their enthusiasm, patience, and openness. So, happy anniversary to Forest Information Technology Program, and I wish many more years of growth, many success, and lots of innovation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert, for your words, for your insight. And now it's time for a few words from Dr. Viktor Tracz.
Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear all, thank you for the invitation. I have so simple title. I am from very first time in FIT and even before. So that is a point I want to talk about or say to you. Maybe a little bit history before FIT. Yes, several info. I'm not so sure, but I just want to share something I know from, unfortunately, people not with us now. Before FIT, we had it was the International Forest Ecosystem Information Technology Program in Eberswalde. I don't know. Tomasz didn't say it. I don't know who was that idea to create in Eberswalde the international study program like IFATE and IFEM also it was. But what I know from Tomasz, that the first idea, I mean, not idea, but the first organizational movement, like it was a Jana Puumalainen, who was the first which was hired in Eberswalde. But because this woman was very good in his professional life and was invited on, took a job at European Union Commission or anywhere higher, right? So she spent a lot of time like out of the Eberswalde and decided to call for help. And because of, again, next cooperation, which is an UFOR, because Tomasz and Jana knew each other from UFOR, and Jana called Tomasz for help. Ask, let's help me with this IFATE and some courses. And Tomasz, Professor Zawil Niedźwiecki, this is a very great person, very internationally focused, know a lot of people all around Europe, even the world. And they this is a time to say also about other man, which is very, very famous and very, now a picture, yes, must be there, Professor Hieronym Ollenderek, a very long Dean of Forestry faculty. And yes, somewhere there, the picture, Tomasz Zawiła Niedźwiecki was a student of Professor Hieronym Ollenderek. So Zawiła come to Ollenderek and just ask about, say me about the people who can do that. And the very funny and similar moment, like Michal said here now, is it was not Professor Zasada, but this was Hieronym Ollenderek, the Dean of Faculty those time, and Professor Zawiła come to me and say, would you like to go to Germany? And the right word I need to remember, or be at Germany, something like that, in university in Westfalen. And that was the first several months, for me it was several months after just my PhD was defensed. Like really, like, and I was very fresh at the university here in SGGW, and I was graduated from electronics, not from forestry, not from GIS, not just like I very, very new people here in that groups, those time. So that was very good opportunity for me. I said, yes, I'd like, and I feel good with English, so okay, yes. But the funny moment is this, that is what not like I go for learning, but I go to teach. And that was stressful things, which comes later. And also, like Michal said, we need to prepare a whole big program. In my case, in the first year, the year 2002 was the one, and second one, that were the 2 courses should be. And that's not a fit, this is a teacher goes, both sides. And so that the first year I spent, this is around, I guess, November of 2002. And the visualization of environmental data, this is my first course with the students, which then next year Professor Schulz came to university and takes that course. And my course next year was advanced visualization of environmental data. But again, next year, the new course came, Forest Management Information System, and today, it's funny, it's good to say, an element of this program was using one of the AI technology or methods, which is expert system. And student prepared a project using expert system those time, 2003. I can show that project. It's workable now. Then the last year IF8 is applied programming for me. This is the first course, and the 2005 is the first year of FIT. Right? So here, this is the first student for me. I don't know, maybe it's not an first in IF8, but to me, the student I was very close to. Even the second year, not 2002, but 2003, when I came second time, 3 of them, I guess, Ove Keys, Tobias Roof, and Ike Julius, they borrow bikes for me and my wife, which also come, and we just take a time during a weekend, go around this beautiful forest around us. Those time I was very surprised. It's so good forest there around. I don't want to say this is the only forest in the world, so beautiful and good, but for me, yes, I just saw that first time from so close and longer time. Okay, and then working on the feet took place. This is one of the working meetings. The Professor Schulz was there those time, and yes, the great man you can see on the middle on the right, Professor So, Michał Zasada, they was very good in strategic thinking. So they work very close each other with Professor Schulz and prepare the first very good in quality, but also like Robert said, there were a lot of demanding and many problems with these formalities, I mean. But it started. Additional things, last slide from my side. I'd like to say about two more very successful alumni. Later year, they were graduated, you see that, but that guy is very famous for me personally, and in my opinion, quite better than me now. So specifically, Isa Ginas, he is just the number of projects he have been working in, it's a lot of, and he is a very successful in that kind of asking and taking the project and then working in. And with the both of them, they are the guy from the Cameroon, both of them. Also, they are the author of many very high-ranking scientific papers. And now, that's all what I want to say about a little before I feed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Victor. And now it's time for the speech from our last teacher, Dr. Kamil Bielak.
Okay, thank you very much for introducing me. Maybe first officially, dear ladies and gentlemen, liebe Damen und Herren, drodzy Państwo, but I don't like this way. Hi, all fit friends. Good morning, guests. 2005, it was a game changer for me. I have just started my PhD. I got to know my future wife. Then the FIT starts, and from the beginning, I was accommodated with FIT study. I started to teach 2006 in Białowieża, along with Erasmus students. I developed parallelly to FIT study, even along with some friendship. Later on, I will mention about this. And the first time I visit Germany as a PhD student, it was 2007. I remember I just got married with my wife in September. Then we go for a honey week, and then Michał Zasada, the dean, he called me and said, okay, next Monday you should be in Eberswalde. Then I of course agreed, but not Monday, because Sunday evening we had our fly back from Greece. I said, I can do it. I would love to do it because it's a hometown of main quarter of Professor Schwabach and Wiedemann, the founding father of Grow and Yield science. So I really want to do it, and I did. And we did this teaching in Eberswalde from 2007 to 2009. However, we complain about this because we are responsible with Professor Brzeziecki together for the first and fundamental part of FIT. It means forest ecosystem. Then we complained that we wanted to go again to the forests. We have so many nice plots, research plots, and then Professor Zasada agreed. And then we back to Poland, and since 2009 we provide the teaching in Poland. And what we are doing within Close to Nature Silviculture, simply our role with Professor Brzeziecki, in total we have 40 hours, is to guide students into the fascinating world of forest ecosystem. In a nutshell, it's not much time. We start with seeds, from seedlings through sapling stage up to mature large trees and old growth forest. we talk about the managed and unmanaged forest. And as recently there are a lot of students outside the forestry and biological faculties, we also provide some knowledge, basic knowledge about the ecological traits of the main tree species in Europe and site condition, also about the function of trees in the forest ecosystem, and what is the close to nature. What does it mean? What is the term of close to nature? And then we base on our long-term research in Białowieża Forest. It's an excellent place to get to knowledge, to get the reference for close to nature silviculture, and then we talk about the dynamic of the natural forest in Białowieża, based on the Białowieża. Meantime, Professor Brzeziecki is responsible for lecturing. I'm personally for laboratory class. So Professor Brzeziecki usually starts 2 weeks ahead me. 12 hours of lecturing. It means three meetings, each 4 hours, and then I start my teaching. Meantime, as I mentioned, first we introduce the concept of close to nature, main elements, and then this principles of nature forest. But along we also address our research, and we implement as much as it is the second part of FIT. It means IT, and in this case it's field map technology, allometry of trees. Then we move as a second meeting to the tending operation, how care about the forest, yes, because we as a silviculturists, we really care about the forest. And then we put a lot of effort to thinning exercise, because it's one of the most important activities that foresters do in the forest ecosystem. And then to this end we use Bevin Pro Forest Simulator to stick to this IT, to bring together forest and IT. We analyze different scenarios. We provide the real data from our marteloscope that we established along my PhD study and some master thesis and doctoral thesis. And then all students can compare different scenario without any treatment. It means natural forest, strict protection, and then the real thinning that were performed by foresters in the forest. Then we implement the computer thinning algorithms. So this is my job mainly, and we compare the results on tree level, stand level, and structural level, and then student can have a look how foresters can influence the growth of the forest. Then we move to the last part with the classes and lecturing to the silvicultural systems. It means once we get the product, let's say the major trees, how to regenerate those trees. And then we implement different silvicultural system, from the most simple, the click cutting, to the most complex, and it is close to nature. We emphasize that this is very important nowadays. Under global change, under climate change, mitigate the climate change, forest climate smart management, to use more those complex and create mixed forest and uneven age forest. Students also use Bevin Pro Forest Simulate, so we simulate the plots from thinning. We add some additional thinnings, and then they have the for Scots pine, let's say 120 years old, and then they have to provide the best way to regenerate their own forest. This is usually the main dish, and then we go to the dessert, and this is the field class, and it's 16 hours, so 2 full days in the forest. We all love this. We spent all days together, and even evenings we have the barbecue, and what we do then, we implement what we are doing during the class in a real forest. We want to give the idea to feel all our FIT students as a foresters. So they are responsible to mark the trees, to find the best elite trees, and competitors with this plastic tags. And then, as we use our martelloscope, we have the results of expert thinning. We have also some Bevin Pro computer thinning algorithms results. Then we put all together, and then we give back to students, and they have to prepare the final project about different scenario and about the agreement rate of thinning, how they are good students, how the computer are good, and then we compare those scenarios. Karol already mentioned, so we use Białowieża sites, but then as many people come from Germany and they during their bachelor study they have already opportunity to go to Białowieża, so then we change the places. And since 2021, just with 1 year break, we go to Ostrów Mazowiecka. It's nearby Warsaw, like 100 kilometers, to our martelloscope, and we mark the trees there, and then we go to northeast part of Poland. It's 250 kilometers far away to Lithuania direction. And 2021, it was quite stressful for me. We, after COVID, all of us was really fascinating this, that we can go finally to the forest. And we did, and at the end of day, around the bonfire, one student told me, okay, I feel better. Then it was just the middle of 2021, then the new COVID, this Delta version appeared, and we had so many people from India. Then you start to connect the things. Our bus driver from the university, he said, okay, let's continue. Please put the student to the regular bus and he will return to Warsaw. Then I said, no, we are inside the forest. It could be like that. We asked the emergency medicine service, tested, and then the story was that we had to manage the quarantine and in dormitory. And here there were so many students already, and it was 5 p.m. How to contact, how to pass this knowledge. But just by chance, I had the phone, mobile phone to the head of the dormitories. I called him that we have a small problem. We have a COVID on board, and he's scared, of course. Students, everybody was scared, yes. But finally we managed, and then Karol took lead to solve, and we really, due to the friendly environment and cooperation, one Robert Magnusson, he was from US, he was already vaccinated, me as well. But then at 10 p.m. we solved everything. Then I thought, okay, I need to call my wife. I call my wife, and she wasn't this time vaccinated, and my daughter as well, and the new various on horizons appeared, this Delta. Then I thought I need to overnight somewhere. But then I call again to the head of the dormitory, but we had a law, no, in such a case, next day I can solve for you, but this day no. And then I went to Rogów, and then I wait 4 days to test myself, but it was negative. But this is just the story. By this time we changed, as now since 21 we have much more students. It's almost 30. We go to the forest. We change also the direction. Now we go to southeast part of Poland, and due to the fact that we started a very nice project that deal with the different thinning regimes and effect on the biodiversity of flora and fauna, and we establish a nice set of plots, so we are able to mark the trees, to analyze, and also show the real different regimes already done in the forest. And as there are so many students now, they just have to find their elite best trees and the competitors, and then defend their selection. And then I tell, okay, you are now a real foresters, and the students are very proud of this, very proud of this. And now I would add at the beginning, I benefit much from FIT as a scientist. many good questions I really received many times from those students, top level students, I would say, and also privately. We established a friendship like with Michael. So during my internship in Munich University, I spent with Michael 3 months together the same room. And 2010, once I came to Munich and Professor Prech asked me, do you know Michael Heim? Yes, I know. He was my best student and I recommend. So it's a friendship for forever. So it's very important also privately. Of course, we also provide some complex forest. Always the second day or the first day, we also address more complex forest structure, how to create silvicultural system. So we mix all together from the simple systems to the more complex system, and we try to do. And I also, what I learned, the diversity, as you see, meantime students are taking a rest. I got to know, for instance, about the Indian rhino in Nepal or hunting in jungle. So you can discuss many interesting things because people are around the world, and this is additional value for my teaching. This is very important. And finally, future. 20 years is just the one small developmental phases in the along the development of the forest. Yes, so it's very important to have a new generation. And recently on the Horizons, a new PhD student came, and now he started to help us last year. And I hope that we develop constantly this fit and teaching. And I think now what we faced, diversity on the one hand, it's a strong side, but on the other hand, now we have the students with very diverse level of knowledge. And then the problem is that we have to deal with sometimes with very simple terms, and some of students are very bored because they are very advanced. So I think that in the future we should start, as we have more candidates and their level is differ much. So maybe we should have like basic close to nature, and then go, once all of them meet the same level, go to advanced close to nature. And then I think they could benefit more. And finally, I would say fit forever. I hope to have next 20 years and even more. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Kamil. Thank you, all of you, the tutors who shared your experience, memories. It was really interesting, to hear about your experience. And now it's time for the coffee break. So before we continue to the next session, let's have some time to chat with others, to ask questions, to share thoughts, and to grab some coffee. The refreshments will be served in the hall. And let's meet here in 20 minutes. 23 minutes, which means at 11:50. Okay, thank you.
No, you're going there. No, we don't have to take too small one.
No one.
So I should fly now?
Yeah, start. Let's go.
No, you're going there.
Borderstone forest.
No, we don't have to take two small ones.
And no one.
So I should
Yeah,
fly
start.
now?
Yeah, start. Let's go.
No, you're going there.
Borderstone forest.
No, we don't have to take two small ones.
And no one.
So I should
Yeah,
fly
start.
now?
Yeah, start. Let's go.
No, you're going there.
Borderstone forest.
No, we don't have to take two small ones.
And no one.
So I should
Yeah,
fly
start.
now?
Yeah, start. Let's go.
No, you're going there.
Borderstone forest.
No, we don't have to take too small one.
And no one.
So I should
Yeah,
fly now?
yeah, start. Let's go.
No, you're going there.
Cornerstone forest.
No, we don't have to take too small one.
And no one.
So I should
Yeah,
fly
start.
now?
Yeah, start. Let's go.
Okay, I think that slowly we can start the second session. Now we will give the floor to alumni. We have 5 people that represent 4 countries with 3 presentations, and they come from 2 continents. So we will get to know not only German perspectives, Polish perspectives, but really a variety of perspectives. And as a first speaker, I would like to ask Mark. The floor is yours. Yes. Forward.
Dzień dobry and guten Tag from my side as well. I'm very pleased to be in Warsaw after 20 years actually. And I consider a city of a very important milestone for my professional education. Through my presentation, I'll speak a little bit of my education experience in Albania, Germany, and then Poland, and a little bit of the career that followed later on. So I was graduated in forestry engineering in Tirana University of Agriculture, and then through a semester it was a collaboration project with Eberswalde, run from Professor Musong. Maybe somebody knows from Eberswalde at least. And there I went to Eberswalde, and then I had to take my thesis back in Albania, and I heard about eFight. It was eFight at the time. And it was a program that it attracted me very much. It was very innovative as well, in my point of view. And so I decided to apply for it, and I started eFight in Eberswalde. And as a part of eFight, we had an obligation to make a third semester somewhere abroad. And there were several universities offered, like in Finland, France, Sweden, and Warsaw. and my selection was Warsaw, and I was very happy, and I'm very pleased today as well that it was a choice to come. I chose to come here in Warsaw. I heard today from Professor Moon that students are obligatory to come to Warsaw because this is a joint master program. And I was even very satisfied to hear the presentations from the morning, because back that time it was the theme was still in this beginning, and now I see in this university a full community of professors dealing with information technology and working in this master program and bringing it forward. And I can say that back in the time it was a new topic in most of the East countries, and now there is a lot of development. When I finished my semester here, I went back to Germany to give some more exams, and then I met here a very interesting professor, Professor Stanislaw Mysicki, who I approached him and I asked if I can write thesis with him. He impressed me as a person and as a scientist, and so I worked then later on even for my thesis, and we discussed even the PhD, but it was for personal reason that I had to go back to my country. And I prepared a little one slide about what I learned and what I considered interesting at the time from my perspective now as a professional in this field. So what I got from the study was the interdisciplinary, not only IT, but even this interdisciplinary approach that was used that time in that master program. So I got quite some scientific and technical foundations that gave topics in GIS, remote sensing, statistics, silviculture, forest management, and they gave me a sort of analytical tools and capacities to understand and to work better in the forest. And then the other dimension of that study program was the policy and socio dimension, which in that time we had some small courses, but very interesting courses in communal forestry, socioeconomics, governance. And when I went back working in Albanian forests and Balkan forests, I understand that forests are not only about trees, but they are about people, they are about economy, they are about decisions that are very important even to protect nature. And as well the leadership and applied skills, and some courses that we got that time with very good professors in project management, communication and business development. And later in the presentation you'll see that I worked as a project manager in various projects, and that it was a really good asset that I got from my studies, and I brought it with me in my professional career. So in terms of the applications, my first application was here in Warsaw with my master thesis and working with Professor Mysicki. And the idea was to test technologies like for remote sensing and photogrammetry to make forestry more precise and more cost efficient. And we worked several months together, and it was a very successful study, and we even published it somewhere. And then the application went back in forest management in the Balkans, where I worked in several projects to support firstly the decentralized communal forestry in Albania. Albania is a communist country, everything was centralized. And it was a very difficult process to give the management back to the regions and to the communities. And this needed, of course, a lot of IT skills, because we had even to prepare a lot of maps, cadastral maps, forestry cadastral maps, which there didn't exist at all. So we built the first prototypes, and then of course the companies came and did the job. And as well, I worked as a project manager in integrated forest management in large transboundary river basins in the region. The last one was the Drina River Basin, which is a river that connects 4 countries. And then, of course, in a lot of afforestation and regeneration programs and things that it was very helpful. And then the other application was in biodiversity, where I worked in a transboundary protected areas management and used especially GIS and remote sensing in looking into gaps of protection and, of course, suggesting new areas for protection, and as well advising sustainable use practices in communities that they were using some species that they were trees, but they were not aware of that. And as well implementing nature-based solutions in most of the projects that I have been managing and working. So I was very keen that to make an evaluation if our project is a nature-based solution and then to go for it. And another application after my studies was the economic development. I worked in some very remote areas and areas where people get more than 70% of their incomes from, let's say, from chestnut trees or other fruits and non-timber forest products. So this is very important. The forestry was very important for these areas. And as well, working with medicinal and aromatic plants. You know, Albania has more than 100,000 farmers that work with medicinal and aromatic plants, and we are a global player on this sector. And I'll tell in another slide, for example, what's happening in this. And as well in a circular economy, creating special value from waste, from green, not from free, but from green waste. And another application was in international cooperation. So working and partnering with a number of international organizations like SNV, CDI, ADA, Austrian Development Agency, IUCN, WWF, and many organizations these last 20 years. And as well, now currently working on an academic cooperation that I will present a little bit later. And in terms of applications in biodiversity conservation, Professor Moon probably knows a little bit of these maps. You know, these one of the very first collaborations that came with Eberswalde later on, and this was about looking on defining more protected areas in a transboundary area between Albania and Montenegro. And one thing that I would say to the future students that are interested in this topic is that I think the innovation and education starts when different learning environments meet. So for me, it was very crucial and very important being in Warsaw, being in Eberswalde, and working in different learning worlds. And this I think gives me a lot of skills in the future, and it strengthened very much the network and contacts and finding solutions that probably in some areas of the world you can't find them. The other thing was the other project that is about this economic development. So for example, in Albania, they were looking for drying solutions for medicinal plants. Plants, if you don't dry them, they get destroyed. And the drying was the most expensive part of the chain. So nearly 10 or more than % of the price was going for drying. And then I looked in different what was happening, and there were already some scientific articles back to 1992, but nobody was using them because it was everything cheap, petrol, gas, and but for Albanian farmers, then we brought these solutions that you can dry 1 ton a day, but with 0 cost. And so this is one of the things that can really change the economies of different communities. The other one was this was more about businesses working in sector, large exporters. They had a lot of waste, and like whole Albania, there were more than 5,000 tons of waste from stalks of medicinal plants. They were thrown away, and then we distillated them, put in a mill, and we produced pellets, and they could use it for heating systems that will dry the medicinal plants. So some economic innovations that when I put them in LinkedIn, there were people from different countries writing where we can find this technology, and I wrote them back that you can produce them in your country. It's very simple. You just need to, I can show you how to do it as well. And so this was something about my economic. And now what I'm doing today is a little bit different. I'm working with 2 universities, Boku University of Vienna and Agriculture University of Tirana as a project manager in transforming the Agriculture University of Tirana in a best models and very competing university in the region. And here I'm collaborating with Hubert Hasenauer. He's a forester as well, and I was very pleased when I was invited from Boku to manage this project, and that I will work with the forest as well. And in the picture, probably some of you knows Hubert Hasenauer, especially the silviculture guys. And then it's Petra Winter. He was the former rector of VetMed University of Vienna. And in Tirana, the VetMed is a part of the Agriculture University. In Vienna, they are separate universities. And then other colleagues from Vienna as well. And thank you very much again for inviting me. And if there is any question or something that I can say more, I'd be very pleased. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this inspiring speech. We have a space for 1-2 questions if anybody would like to make a question. If not, then I would like to thank you very much and invite the second speaker, Professor Ado. It's now your turn. Okay, Ado, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My presentation will be quite different. I want to leave the forest and come to the human side of FIT. It is opportunity, resolve, and dream come true. My life 20 years after completing FIT. You can see, and I know my professor, I called him professor for GIS, and the co-promoter for my PhD study, Michal, is very happy. Yes, this is how far I have come. I'm very grateful to the faculty here, both in Ebasvaldi and then in Warsaw, for the opportunity that actually shaped our learning. I'm speaking for the first batch, and I'm happy to say that I was the first FIT graduate. I defended my thesis. I was the first. In fact, I was not supposed to be the first, but I'm surprised that I'm standing here. And to the organizers of this program who have made it possible for me to be here. And then I want to acknowledge my fellow alumni who are here with me, and we are very happy that we had this opportunity. We don't have our students here, so I'll skip that. But I am very proud to be part of this remarkable journey, 20 years, to have learned, grown, and then shared my experience within a program that has not only shaped my career, but also my character. This is Ado in his official attire in Ghana as a professor. That is just to tell you how far life has become. Being connected to this community of scholars and professionals is a lifelong honor that continues to inspire me. If you know where I was born and how far I've come, you understand how it all began. This is young Ado, somewhere in 95, in Berlin, looking for employment to support myself because my money was finished. Unfortunately, I did not get any job that day. This poor young man from Kumasi, Ghana, I had so many responsibilities because my father had died when I finished my first degree. I had my sisters and my brothers. They all looked up to me. So I said, I'll come to Europe, study, and then make life, and then take care of my younger siblings and then help the family. So I was very determined, focused, and I was rejected so many times by universities, even in Ebasvaldi, before finally I made it. The last point is I'm very happy that a community of scholars in Ebasvaldi and Warsaw were magnanimous enough to accept me in 2005 to be part of history. As I said, it all began with an opportunity. There are so many young Africans like me who are not asking for handout, but they are looking for opportunities to make it in life. It's not anything. Opportunity. An opportunity, just a chance. And I was lucky that I was given this opportunity many years ago. And by the time I finish, you'll understand that when you give an opportunity to someone, what it does to that person. In Ghana, I completed my first degree in Bachelor of Science at the University of Cape Coast in Ghana, and that was it. And it was not easy at all. So we really wanted to make it. And then through the magnanimity of Ebas Valdi and Esgegebu, in 2007, I graduated, and then master's degree. Let me pause and say something here. I had 1,000 euros on me, my life savings, when I left Ghana for Ebas Valdi. And when I came to Ebas Valdi, I was living in Bernauherstrasse, closer to the forest on campus, and the rent was 165 euros every month. And after 4 months, all my money got finished. And then when we finished, one day Prof. Schulz came and said, Ado, then I said, Prof, you are going to Warsaw for the second part. I had no money. So I had one Bangladeshi friend who said, hey, let us skip. Let us run away and then go and work in the western part of Germany. I said, no, I will not run away. And I'm very happy that I did not run. In fact, if I had not come to Warsaw, that would have been the greatest mistake of my life. So I worked all night in Munster, saved some money, and took Barclays credit, their card. And then I came to Warsaw. And the rest is history. In Warsaw, after FIT, I had my PhD here. I returned and also took some courses in carbon forestry. And I'm very happy. Things I never thought would happen has happened in my life. So, Professor, it was unthinkable when I was young. I am grateful to my mentors and teachers here. There are so many of them. If I want to mention names, Kemal here, my GIS and remote sensing director was stats and maths, computer programming. He taught us so many things at the beginning. I saw Victor here. So many, yes. Thank you very much. And for me, the most important part was the friendship and network that we built. That still matter today. I will speak briefly about it. This was the first full class for FIT. I don't know whether you remember them. Henning, Sebastian, Catherine, Yasmin, and these are all doing so well. And some of them are still in the forestry sector doing so well. Resolve. When I was given the opportunity, I did not play with it. I gave it the best that I could. I faced challenges and setbacks. You have no idea what the African student go through when he sits in class. Sometimes I sat in class hungry, no food, and unlike back home in Africa, where you can discuss your problems, here it's kind of a closed community. You can't discuss with people. It was very, very difficult. There were discouragement, financial challenges. Now that I'm a professor in Ghana, at the end of the month, I'm very happy I'm going to get paid. But as a student, anytime the month was getting to an end, I was scared because of rent. And there were so many few opportunities. But the result was I learned resilience, discipline, and perseverance. And my faith in God as a Christian really helped me. I had my family to support me, and I had friends. That is why we're able to come this far. Opportunities given me by Ebas Valdi and then Warsaw open doors. But it's not enough to have the opportunity. You need resolve to keep moving. So I found this on the internet and it's nice for me. The road to success is always under construction. I never had an opportunity that this is what I wanted to do. I always worked with what was available. I had no choice. Opportunities that I had were what was available, not what I wanted to do. And I'm happy that my life went that way. We had very few things that we had to work with. And I'm very happy. So now I'm happy to say that achievement and milestones, academic goal reached. I wanted to become a professor. I told Professor Sasada many, many years ago, somewhere that I wanted to be like him. He laughed, said, Ado. Now I'm very happy that I've not got into his level yet, but at least I'm getting close. Maybe 10 years, the story will be different. Professionally, I'm loving what I'm doing now. to be useful to my students. Teaching and helping other people is my life. It gives me the oxygen that I depend on. Teaching and mentoring students, and then providing opportunities for students and communities. And this is something that I'm so grateful to you and to my God for the opportunity, because my association with Basvaldi and Warsaw has given opportunity to students. It was unthinkable for them to have had it. We have had this Erasmus project running, and I see the joy in the students in Basvaldi and lately in Warsaw. Students who otherwise in their lifetime would never have had this opportunity because of it. And the friends and the good people that I have here, I'm very grateful to the rector and then to the people in Basvaldi that we are providing for opportunities for students and communities. And then giving back to community, that's the dream come true. Today, I take care of my family, that is nuclear and extended. That's another topic, it's a long one. A lot of people that I'm in a position to help. I'm blessed with a lovely family. I had no family, I had only my extended family, but now I have it because now I'm gainfully employed and I'm serving my community in many diverse ways. So many things that we do. Dreams come true. Dreams are not instant. It takes a long time. And with the students who were here, they grow from the seeds of opportunity and resolve. That when I was given the opportunity, I had the resolve to really sacrifice and suffer. I have lived in Germany where there's electricity, but I've lived in a house for 3 months where there was no electricity and it was winter time. Sometimes I was tempted to pack everything and go. I said, no, I had to go. So yes, when you get opportunity, you need the resolve and then you continue. You can see some very nice pictures here with this person introduced us to programming. You have Robert here and then some of my colleagues. And in Basvaldi, this is an unsung hero. His name is Oscar Ditela. He is like a father to students. Mark is nodding his head. Oscar Ditela is a saint. Now he's on retirement now. Now this is my beautiful family now. Yes, after FIT, I lack family planning ethics, so I did not stop, but now I've stopped. So this is the family I have now. Because of it, now I can take care of my family, and then I can do the stuff that I want to do. As I said, teaching students and helping them is my lifeblood. So in Ghana, I teach remote sensing, GIS, land use, land cover, research methods, and all so many courses at home at the Kumasi Technical University. And these are my students in one of the popular forests in Ghana, the Bobi Forest. You can see that, you see how the students have surrounded me. We are in one of our field trips. These are my students. And then occasionally, I go to Basvaldi and then I teach in the IFMs and some of the selected master programs. So teaching is my passion. And I'm happy that FIT opened the door and I'm doing it today. Yeah, these are my students in one of their nature reserves. I promise that if any of you care to visit Ghana, we shall go there and then we shall see. And these are students that I take and then close to nature, they're able to observe. Some of the things that I received, they have received it. This is the Kumasi Technical University. The university is about, we now have about 14,000 students. And I'm in constant touch with all of them. What FIT has done, and SGGBU gave me the opportunity. Now I have risen to the ranks. Just last year, I was the Deputy Director at the International Affairs Office. Now I am the Director for our Institute of Research, Innovation and Development with 5 centers under my direct control. And these centers work with all the faculties, technology, incubation, climate change, and so many other things. I believe if I had not been given opportunity to have completed FIT, and then my PhD, and then the good mentor that I have here, I wouldn't have come this far. I'll be ending very soon. So looking ahead, the students are not here, but maybe to get to them, we must seize opportunities. We must stay resilient, and you must dream big. In my family, there was no graduate, no master, any person with masters. But I had this dream that I wanted to become a professor. So students must seize opportunities, stay resilient, and dream big. And to those of us who are alumni, we must keep giving back and we should lift people up. Ibasvaldi and Warsaw Fit. Every year, I'm the unofficial consultant. I answer not less than 50 emails from people who apply for FIT programs. And sometimes I have to send emails to people that I know in Ibasvaldi to get them. And that is what we must do. We must give back and lift other people up. In conclusion, my deepest gratitude to the professors who challenged and inspired us, and to the staff who supported us at every step, and to my peers and friends who made this journey so meaningful. Congratulations to FIT on reaching this milestone of 20 years. It is a legacy built on hard work, vision, and community. As we celebrate today, let us also look forward with pride, with hope, and with determination to carry this spirit into the next 20 years and beyond. I cannot end this presentation without saying few words about these people. So many people have helped me, so many people, but these ones are exceptional. The first one is my mentor, and then anytime I choke because this man has left so early. He was my master thesis supervisor in Ibasvaldi. He actually introduced me to Poland. He became my PhD promoter and supervisor. He became like a father and everything to me. Unfortunately, last year he passed away. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And this man at the center, I hope you know him. You don't know him, okay? Yes, he was my teacher, and I'm happy with 20 years ago how far he has come, and he has been a game changer for me because through his advice and his direction, I have opened other doors to other students from KSTU. Now we have PhD students studying in Warsaw. We have Erasmus project, and then this one that we are so proud of, we have 9 students from Kumasi Technical University coming next month to start civil engineering and water management, catamaran project. And the students, every time you get calls from their parents, thank you very much, thank you very much. And I said, get to Warsaw and do the stuff. Rector, I'm so grateful to you, my teacher and everything. And then this man was Professor Schulz. He's not here. He was the co-head of FIT. He gave me the opportunity, and the many staff here who have really helped. My last slide is this. My gratitude to Ibasvaldi and then SGGU, my mentors and my peers. 20 years ago, I walked through these doors with hope, hungry and suffering on loans. But today, I stand here as proof that with opportunity, with resolve and belief, dreams really come true. So you see me and my beautiful Bernice standing here, thanking you all for the wonderful things that you have done for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ado, for your great presentation. I think you are a very good example for saying such a never give up, fight, break all the barriers, take the opportunities. It's a good story for demonstration movie, I would even say. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your expertise. Meantime, join important people for the university. Professor Marta Mendel, the person responsible for the international cooperation. Professor Michał Zasada, friend of us, the member of Faculty of Forestry, and Professor Jarosław Gołębieski, rector for the didactic. Thank you very much. So you see that FIT is also important for our authorities. And now it's time for the last presentation that will be held by 3 people. So Michael, Besim, and Michał, you are invited for your speech. Michael, the floor is yours, and colleagues.
Okay, first of all, before we start, I want to say thank you. thank you for inviting us. Thank you for giving us the host here and for giving us the possibility to join this anniversary and celebrate. So this for us, this time here during the FIT was a great time, must say. And therefore we are proud and honored to be here. So thank you very much for having us here, or for giving us the opportunity to being here. So the three of us, we started FIT 2008 to 2010. So as we just saw during that days, there were rather small group. So we were just, I think, 11 students. So now 3 of us, 3 out of 11 are here. Not such a bad sample, I would say. So, and we will also be very diverse. So we had students from 5 different countries. So 5 different dialects, 5 different mentalities, let's say. So now we are 3 different countries: Germany, Poland, Albania. So also this, I think we are quite representative for our group here, I would say. So let us introduce ourselves. So my name is Michael Heim. I'm from Germany. I studied forestry in Eberswalde already before starting the FIT study program. And yeah, I finished as one of the last with the diploma in Eberswalde. Then I worked a bit in the forest, gained some practical experience, and then I figured out the content or the possibility to study FIT. And Micha, you said something very interesting to me before because of the language. I said for you it was a shock, as you should have given the classes. But believe me, I can absolutely imagine how you felt, because my English level was at high school level. So, and this course was in English. So how was I supposed to, let's say, get this course done in some way? So during the classes, the first one, I was just sitting with the small dictionary, trying to follow what they say, just translate the words, and thought, okay, I got the slide, and there were already 2 slides further. So it gives me really a huge headache how to do that. Yeah. So, and we had time only during the first semester to pass the English exam. I think it was B1 or D, I don't remember which one it was. And eventually I made it. I don't know how it was possible, but I made it. And just 2 weeks or 3 weeks before we moved to Warsaw, I got passed my exam, so I could continue studying. And why I'm telling that? Because I'm telling that for me, FIT is not just the content, the skills you get, you learn, which is very large, as we will see later. So FIT for me is more. And this showed me if you want to do something and you just try to push it, you just try your best, at some point you may reach your goal, and you may reach the goal. So for me, it opened a lot of doors afterwards. And this, let's say, coming here to Warsaw showed me something else. Beer as well. No, it showed that this course bring people together from around the world. Yeah, so you have to deal with each other, and sometimes it's not very easy to have so many different mentalities together. And during that course or these days, you stay all day long together. Yeah, so you have to deal with each other, otherwise you won't succeed. So, and this is something this course gives you just by, it's just in addition due to the content. And this is so important nowadays to have such exchange and to build friendships and just to understand each other. Yeah, this is something what, from my point of view, is going to miss nowadays in the next generation. So they will lose more and more this ability to deal with each other. Yeah? And here this course provides you exactly that as just an additional thing which you can use in your later life. I think we both agree, and yeah. Then we go further, and
we're gonna do it like that. Just right now, it's just an introduction, and then we're gonna go with our career path. Let's say. Hello everybody. My name is Besim Hoxha. I come also from the same like Mark. I come from Albania. Actually, he was the one who told me about the study program. Actually, I had been in Eberswalde before, because we had an exchange semester in 2002, 2003. With Mark also, we had this IFEM semester. Actually, even with when the time comes with Professor Zavira, we actually attended German classes together, because he was the teacher at the time. So the program for me has been also very interesting. I would divide it on 3 levels. On the first level, the academic part was really interesting, and also the the facilities that were provided to us in Eberswalde, also in Warsaw, and also the staff, the personnel has been really helpful. And in terms of the English, we had to get that fluidity, and it helped us a lot. And the third level would be the social level, as Michael mentioned. Also, this the exchange feature of the program, because when we were in Eberswalde, we were classmates, let's say, but we weren't that close. But then coming to Warsaw, we had the same problems, and then we got to know each other, and we figured out that okay, that we like each other actually, and we have friendships that have lasted with Michał and with Michael. We've been in touch with Mark. I know Mark for 30 years now, so we've been always in touch. And so that's has been very interesting and inspiring to me. Here we have a picture with Professor Brach during the GIS. And the other picture, actually, do I have a pointer? Oh, yes. And here we are on the field trip, and here is when I defended my thesis. My thesis was about I did the inventory of the Stołowe Mountains, the national park, and the supervisor was Professor Misiski, to whom also I extend my my gratitude. He was also like my mentor, and so that's all from my part for now. Floor to Michał.
Thank you, Basim. Sorry, I'm super stressed now. It's not my first time on the stage, but really they are friends of mine, professors and lecturers. My name is Michał. I'm from Poland, as you can probably see. For me, FIT was unexpected journey. Why? I finished special planning here in SGGW, Gospodarka Przestrzenna, and I have only one chance. There was no master thesis, the master studies here, so the only chance was to go to Warsaw University or to Olsztyn, but I didn't want to go there. And luckily, my mother, who is there, she was studying with Professor Zawiła, also forestry here. My mother, my grandfather are foresters, were foresters. And Tomek Zawiła said, tell Michael to go to Eberswalde to study some nice program FIT. The only thing which I connected to the FIT was like gym, you know. But the only guy who is fit from our, sorry Michael, is Basim, who's still fit. But it was quite interesting. I asked, is it in German language? No, it's in English, but it wasn't any difference for me because I was very poor in English also. Luckily, those times there was a Google Translator. So after each lectures, I spent time with Google Translator to help me consume the lectures after school. But as my friend said, there was a shock for me, to be honest. First day, I remember the first day when I was standing next to the class with my analog paper notebook. And then came Professor Schulz with a smile on his face. And why do you need it? I said, no, to make notes. Ha! He opened the door and there was like new Dell computers. And those computers were connected via FiberNet with the dormitories. And I was completely shocked. It was super innovative. Yeah, I will tell about my future after the FIT later, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
Three people said
that's right.
how to struggle.
There's a lot to
make sense.
Okay, then let's come to the point. How does FIT help us? So from the content of the study program. So we talked about our experience, like more from the, let's say, personal point of view. But now the important question is, did FIT help us for our further career? And the answer is simply yes, it did. Triple yes. Yes times 3. So it really helped. So let's start from the background. So we finished 2010, and just as one example how it helped, after studying the FIT, I was working for 2 months around at the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research. I hope I got it correct. And during the interview, they asked me, okay, we're looking for somebody who was dealing with MATLAB, a software which we haven't used during the FIT. We used R. So I said, okay, I don't know if I can do that. And I was very skeptical. And even I told them during the interview, so I think I'm not the right one you're looking for. And I said, no worries, no worries. So if you study the FIT and if you see on your CV, you will manage. I say, are you serious? So I'm not. So I'm still skeptical. But they convinced me, and I did it. And then I realized, oh, they have been right. Because what we have learned here are the basics in so many different kind of fields, and programming, statistics in R, for example, was one of them. So it was very easy to get in a new topic. That's what I'm saying. It was very easy. So this was the first step. Then I moved to Freising, was working at the Technical University of Munich, the group of Professor Brecht, and then coming we met again. We became friends, so just closed that again. So FIT is for me, it's more than just a study program. And yeah, since 2020, I'm with the Bavarian State Institute of Forestry, and now I'm responsible for the National Forest Inventory in Bavaria, as well as the Forest Condition Survey in Bavaria. So as you can imagine, this has to do a lot with data management, analyzing, and so on. So FIT really helps, and I try to show a few points during the last 10, let's say, to 15 years, what my experience is, what I've done during the times. And if you work with colleagues, doesn't matter if they are from the same country or you're from another country, and projects, and science is always about data somehow. If you work with colleagues, projects, and you have exchanges, it's not an easy task sometimes to merge these data. Because there are different people have different, let's say, requirements, whatever. Now the number of data or the amount of data increase as well. The diversity is going to be so diverse, and usual people are, let's say, expert in a certain direction. But here at FIT, you, let's say, become not an expert in a specific direction, but you're able to communicate with experts. And when you then start to work, your expertise will just increase, because you have the ability to talk with database developers, with statisticians, with modelers. Yeah. So all of them are somehow professional by themselves, and I try to, let's say, check what our content was of the study program. And one big deal, or one big point, was data management. And then, as I mentioned, in science, this is a huge topic, and in data management, there was a lot of, let's say, courses, classes we had trying to show us how it works. Yeah, and this is so important. Yeah, this is, if you have that knowledge, maybe you're not a professional at the end, well, you can if it's your interest, but even if you're not, if you say, okay, I just take it, so you got the basics, and this is very important. The second point is programming, which was also big content during the course. And nowadays, having so many different kinds of data, so such a lot of variation and such a diverse data sets, programming become more and more important and is essential. It's needed. Yeah? The same with statistics. Yeah, and bringing those together. So this is, and there are quite even more, just a few points from what we had during our course, and all of them, from my personal experience, I could use very well, and I've never would been doing the work I'm doing right now when I didn't have the possibility to study FIT. So it gives us such a lot of power. This program is so much worth, not only from the content again, but also, I just want to put it as an additional point here, from the, let's say, social part of view, from the so-called soft skills. So if you deal with international programs, corporations, you have to understand each other. Yes, this is sometimes not easy. Different dialects. There are so many possibilities to have confusions. Yeah, if you talk with colleagues, even if you talk about the same thing, you might not even understand each other at some point, and this is a problem. Yeah, this is real problem, and this is not. Well, it happens more often than we think. At teamwork, exactly the same as I mentioned before. If you're studying here, you have to deal with each other in some way. Yeah, so there's no other way. Yeah, you have different mentalities. Yeah? The teachers in Eberswalde are a bit different than here in Poland. The students have their own mentality. The people in Germany are different than the people in Poland. The culture. So there's so many things, and you just get it on the way, let's say, as an additional outcome. And of course, self-organization. Also, this Ado, you're very perfect example of that. Organize himself. If you want to do something, you can. You have the power. You can do that, and you are really a perfect example of how it can be done. So this impressed me quite a lot. Really, this impressed me quite a lot. To having that strength, and if you want something, you can do it. And FIT provides so much to be successful, not only in terms of work, but gives you also a lot for your life. At least this was my case. So, but I think this is true for most of the students who finished the FIT program. So at this point, from my point of view, many thanks. Now we know we had the idea for establishing this course. This was just brilliant. It was, from my point, it was just brilliant idea, and I hope that this continues the next years, and maybe we see us again. If you invite us, would be glad, would be happy. In 20 years, would be honored as well. Maybe I can tell another story then, but we will see. So then I give it to Basim, and many thanks once again.
Actually, I'm the one who stayed here, didn't go back home. I got married to a Polish girl, and so eventually I had to find a job here. And I had to divert a little bit from the forestry. The truth be said, Professor Misiski, also Professor Zasada, they helped me to find a job. But this language, everybody talked about the language challenges. Mine was even higher. Professor Misiski and Zasada, they arranged a meeting to meet at some Polish directorate to work there. And I was invited for the interview, and I went to the job interview with my wife. She was translating because my Polish was very poor. So eventually, 10 years ago, I got my Polish citizenship. So also I passed the exam, this national for the Polish language. Anyway, at the same time, I applied for some other job. So and I which was closer to my house, and so now I work for the last 13 years. I've been working at the Investeco company, which is an environmental company. And the first projects that I was involved. Initially, I was the international relations manager, but then a project came along, which was a project called LCE for roads, life cycle engineering for roads, which was mainly to develop. It was like an eco label to develop an EU harmonized sustainability certification system. And here, not only the scientific skills were required, but also like a good English skills. And this perspective FIT program had helped me. So I was ready for such an environment. The project was lasted three years, and there were very known research institute like BAST from Germany, IFSTAR from France, and Acciona, which is one of the biggest construction companies in Spain, Chalmers University of Technology, and so I was responsible, and my company was responsible for the validation of the methodology and the associated software tool from the environmental point of view. some other projects which came along were the same, like it was the highway, expressway, S11, S11, Polish people might know. So here we had to generate maps, noise maps, also hydrological maps, and also related to fauna, to flora, to forestry. Here is just one segment of the maps that I was the one generating or elaborating. So here, those GIS skills had to be applied, and also, in order to make such a map, you receive different formats of data from AutoCAD or from other. You get also raster data, which then you need to digitize, and also like for building data, and everything then has to come together. Also forestry data, all the protected species of animals, and plants, and all that. So you have to bring it all together, merge it, and create a map. And here, let's say Fit Study helped me a lot. And I was one of the specialists, so to speak, in the company that could deal with such projects. Here it's more of the same. Here's this the central transport hub, which is a big investment. Polish people might know, CPK, so-called. Here also we had to do the same thing. It's a vast area. As you can see, it touches Warsaw, and then there's a lot of municipalities in that this investment concerns, so to speak. So then here I had from 2020 because during the course of 15 years, I had been involved in projects, EU-funded projects, either FP7 or Horizon and the LIFE program. Here it's a project funded within the framework of LIFE program, and also the National Fund for Environmental Protection and Water Management here in Poland. Here I was one of the people. It concerns climate change adaptation of large buildings, and here the demonstration site is located at the Katowice International Airport. Here we use nature-based solutions. Here's the before, just for illustration, and here is the after. There were so we introduced a lot of flower meadows, rain gardens, pergola, and some other solutions, which can be. Here's the result. The project is about to finish now by the end of this year, and I was one of the people who also wrote the proposal for this project, and also then I was managing because my company is the coordinator of the project. So the current project that I'm the deputy manager of this project is about circular economy. Here we convert recycled plastics into garden or park furniture or office furniture, as you can see here, by using 3D printing technology. All these projects are international. They are partners from in this one actually from the Netherlands, from Slovenia, and from Poland. Also here, my company is the coordinator of the project. I've had also some experience, let's say, with the public speaking, and actually this year I was also invited by the environmental ministry in Riga, where I had to introduce to present on one of our projects, and so in a way I owe a lot to FIT program, because even though I diverted from that path of forestry, you still can find yourself in managing in different disciplines which are associated, obviously, but It's not forestry. So thank you from my part, and I give the floor to Liha.
Yeah. Again, it's still me, Michael. Now I'm a CEO of Enviro Solutions. Maybe some of you know my company. If not, I will start from the beginning. During our FIT program, I met something brilliant like GIS. It was during the lectures with Tomasz Zawiła, whom I owe my career path, where I'm here now after 15 years. So I wrote my master thesis with Victor about, because I'm also the rally driver, so I want to combine my passion with the knowledge from FIT studies. And I wrote a thesis about the impact of Rally Poland on the forestry in Mazurian lakelands. And my master thesis won the ESRI competitive for the best thesis. So something opened for me. I got a job in some IT company which delivers IT solution for foresters. Maybe I won't mention the name of the company, but it's the biggest one in Poland, let's say, till now. After 1.5 years, I met some nice guys there, my colleagues, and we were talking also drinking beer, what we are missing in the job, and it was innovation. There was the times that everybody, all foresters worked on the Windows mobiles, and Android came to Poland, to the Polish market, the Android system, and we found out that, okay, let's open our company and try to make something innovative. But I was the only one who did it. I opened a company, it was a startup here in also SGGW. It was like a business incubators for young entrepreneurs. So I start the startup. After a year of running such company, I got a job as a rally manager for like a karting company for kids. And after 1 year, I got a contract, and I began back to the Enviro Solutions company. I called my friends from the past company and say, okay, come on guys, let's do it for serious. And we start from the lectures for workshops. We were teaching foresters how to use ArcMap, but 2 years after, we found out that we need to switch a little bit because of the economical situation in Europe, and we fully switched to open source GIS. And now I can say we are the leader in Polish market of open source GIS. We deliver software, we deliver workshops for public institutions, for universities, for private sector. We created most famous plugin for QGIS to create digital plans for cities. Last project, innovative one, finished at the end of the last year. It was with Forest Research Institute, IBL, where we implement the machine learning, the AI, to recognize the devastation of forests, of trees, based only on RGB photos from drones, so the cheapest one from market. And it's finished with successful. This year I was also the one who wanted to establish a Polish association of QGIS. So now I'm the country representative in Global QGIS. There is only one per country, so I'm super proud. I'm also super proud that we established a cooperation with the biggest GIS companies in the world, open source GIS companies. And this is everything due to the fit studies. I just find my path. I still can recognize the trees. Yeah, coniferous and deciduous. It's okay. But I felt in love in GIS, and this is my love, and this is what I'm doing now, and I feel good in it. Now I can just manage the company, of course, but we have 24 people on board, plus 70 teachers, which we are cooperate. And we are evangelizing the market to open source GIS. So we need to talk, Michael, about this S3, you know. Forget about it. Let's go to open source. Okay, thank you guys. This is also some examples. I warmly invite you to see our website. This is some examples of our work. We deliver the whole ecosystem of GIS, so web applications, mobile application, desktop, and open source databases like PostGIS. We are also teaching how to do this. And we are also now involved to develop the QGIS, the whole system. Some short summary from three of us, what Fit Master Program gave us. As you can see, there are like, all of us are from the different, let's say, branches or sectors, because Michael is more public, me as a manager, so I run the business. Besim is working for company, also private business. But from the different perspective, we can say there is a plenty possibilities to work after the fit. It gives huge basics and really wild knowledge. Let's say I'm not going to. I didn't take path to work as a forester or somebody close to forestry. Maybe in 3 months it will change a little bit. But I found GIS, and this is my path. In my colleagues' example, they do something different, but still, fit is something which connects us. So, yeah, thanks. Some short words about the future of the FIT program. I think we need to follow the trends, and AI is one of the trends. We cannot say it's not, because probably all of us, except Michael, don't use chat GPT. I don't know where is it. Is there internet in Munich? Oh, that's good. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so we need to follow the trends, but the trends will help us. I hope so. It won't be barriers, but something we can add to our daily work. That is why we did it as an Enviro Solutions, something like, okay, let's see it and implement it. But so probably the future of the FIT program will be that those new trends need to be added to the agenda, the syllabus of the FIT program. My wish is to add, or a little bit, how to say, maybe not switch, but make some kind of a MBA program of the FIT, that practicals like we can be involved in a program of such FIT program, and tell us experts where were the fuck ups, where are the potential, because yeah, we have like a huge practical bag to share with others. Okay, I hope it will be cut. Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. I think that we get to the end of this session, but if I can sum up, I think some words that we have So diversity, cooperation, human intelligence, cooperation around the table with beer, knowledge exchange, knowledge transfer, and then succeed. Thank you very much. Now I pass to my colleague to lead the third session.
Thank you, Kamil. The third and the final session. So we went through the storytelling by tutors, by alumni, and now it's time for the storytelling by the founder of the Forest Information Technology. So let's welcome to the stage Professor Michał Zasada, who's the initiator, the founder of the program. So we are just looking forward to hearing your perspective.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I'm sorry to those who saw the presentation on Friday, but the content will be probably a little bit different. As I mentioned, this is a personal view on FIT from my side, and I want to correct one message here. I am not a founder of FIT. I am just one of those few people present in this room that were simply present close to FIT from the very beginning. So basically, we are talking about 20 years, but in fact, for many of us, and for a few of us, maybe let's say this way, this is definitely more than 20 years. What we see about FIT, this is not something we have to repeat, but maybe it's a good thing to remind it that this is a international double degree joint program on the master level, run in the cooperation of University of Sustainable Development in Berswalde and Warsaw University of Life Sciences. Started, as we all know, 20 years ago in 2005. It's accredited by Polish and German accreditation commissions, which is quite tricky, and I will come back to that a little bit later. It has increasing interest among candidates. Michael mentioned that there were just 8 of you during your study program. And we, well, I know one the year that was even smaller. So we had a very difficult talk with Professor Warson, the president of Berswalde University in 2008, that really FIT was very close to be very close to be closed, actually, to be cancelled. But on the other hand, when I'm looking at the development of different study programs, that was third or fourth year of the operation, it was definitely too soon to make such a decision. I am happy that it wasn't such decision made in 2008. This year, as far as I know, we had more than 200 candidates for the study program, which is really the skyrocketing result, and I do hope that in the future this is not going to be something different, and this number will be increasing, which gives us, first of all, the sustainability of the study program, and the second thing that gives us, let's say, a possibility to recruit really good candidates. And this is something that it was always the case for FIT, that even with a small enrollment from the small number of candidates, these young people were really outstanding and very intelligent and very fast adapting, fast learning. That was just amazing to be part of it. And we have successful graduates, professors and researchers and entrepreneurs and things like that. So that's definitely something which is nice to see after this more than 2 decades of working with the program. Well, as I mentioned, I would like to talk a little bit more about people and about some personal issues. First of all, everybody knows Berswalde because we are foresters, and I am not the exception. I heard about Berswalde, let's say, at the beginning of 90s, let's say, because simply there are 2 things. First of all, this International Union of Forest Research Organizations, established in the Berswalde in 1892, and those who were in the Berswalde, this sign, it's very well known. This is the old Forest Academy building, which is on the university campus and existing till today. And the second reason is the theme of my master thesis. 1993 actually, that was based on the permanent sample plots established by Schwabach, that basically was from Eberswalde. So that's very close personally to me, Eberswalde, Schwabach, and things related to forestry in forestry research that basically is connected to Eberswalde. The Forest Campus, again, those who were there know the place. It's a very special place on the map of forestry across Europe and worldwide, not only because we have a university located here, but we also have two other institutions related to forestry research. One is the Thunen University and its forestry branch led by Professor Andreas Bolte on the left-hand side, and there is a Brandenburgland Forest Research Institute that we have one connection, Dr. Stefan Panka, that basically I was his supervisor for the PhD, and this is also some personal attachment, and he has been a great help to us in actually working with old permanent sample plots, not only in Poland but also in Germany. So this is a very unique place, and I'm really happy that I had a chance to be there and to do something together with the people. Everybody knows the logo of FIT that comes from the 2005 website, and I noticed that that was shown by some people in Eberswalde on Friday. It's a little bit different, but at least the plane and the satellite and the man on the left side is the same. I haven't seen the Jaguar nor tractor in this form on the slides in Eberswalde on Friday, but anyway, this is the original one. I actually dug it out from my email from 2004, because when I was asked to say something, I said, well, I don't remember anything. So the only thing to do something with the presentation was to simply try to find the tracks, and I did actually. Agreement establishing the study program was signed in 15th of June 2005 during the celebration of 175th anniversary of Forest Science Education in Eberswalde. And usually this kind of agreements are signed in the flash of lights and cameras and things like that. But actually that was something different. I will say it in the moment. As I mentioned, I opened my mailbox and I found that the first email I have in this mailbox comes from September 2004, which is quite far away. And I started reading these emails, and the first names that popped up were Professor Michael Musong and Professor Albert Dudek. And these names appeared in the email that came from Tomasz Zawiła-Niedźwiecki, which was started writing about the idea of establishing this study program that was already existing at the time. Professor Zawiła was a professor in remote sensing, GIS, and environmental data processing in Eberswalde starting from 2002. And he was also teaching probably the IFI study program. And this is when Mark probably appeared on board. And he's an excellent example of the bridge connecting IFI and FIT program, the personal bridge. So basically we started exchanging emails, getting back to people who are attached to the IFI study program and responsible for the development of the programs. And this is what happened. So afterwards, there were thousands of emails, several mutual visits in Eberswalde and Warsaw. But also, if we didn't have enough time, we used to meet in the middle. So let's say Poznań was a good place, closer to Eberswalde and Warsaw, but still, it was quite easy to get to Poznań. We had a few dozen of different regulations from Poland and Germany we had to fulfill. In some cases, these regulations were mutually exclusive, so that was quite a challenge to convince both sides that we are on the right track. There were dozens of people involved, and some of them are here, and we'll see them on the pictures. We created hundreds of documents, we worked thousands of hours, and finally, actually in October 2004, I had a chance to visit Berlin for the first time. If you look at Berlin, that didn't change too much, but the fashion and the faces of some people definitely did. And this picture was taken by Krzysztof Nowicki, exactly on 26th of September, 21 years ago, so 21 years without 1 month. In November 2004, there was a first visit of Eberswalde people in Warsaw, and again the picture was taken by Krzysztof Nowicki. He's not on the he's here actually, standing in front of the picture, but you can see Pierre Ibisz, Alfred Schulz, and Professor Zawiła Niedźwiecki Tomasz from the German side. You can see Victor, Professor Dudek, and myself working on some documents during this visit in 2004. As I mentioned, it was a long journey, and actually we managed to prepare the documents, at least to prepare agreement, because the documents were processed for a long time afterwards. And in June 2005, we finally signed the document, but not in the flashlights and cameras and things like that, but we actually did it here in the park. This is the park that's located between the Forst campus, which is located on the left-hand side, and the main campus of former Fachhochschule Eberswalde. And on the way from the main campus to the place where the 175th anniversary was held, we just did it on the bench. This one you can see on the picture. So that was something that was not known till, let's say, a couple of months ago. And actually we signed a new agreement on Friday with the Vice President of University of Sustainable Development in Eberswalde on the same bench, a little bit later. So that's Friday morning, 9:15 a.m. Very fresh. Okay, so that was again first academic year 2005-2006 has been opened in September 2005, and this is very bad, but actually I will take the picture later. It's visible here, you can see it. That was the big opening, and we proudly keep the baton we received in Eberswalde on Friday during the event held there. And I think that a good place for it will be the let's say the safe in the rector's office. I will take it. Otherwise, nobody knows what's going to happen. So let's do it. And the picture is very bad, but you can see the Professor Warson, the president of former Fachhochschule Eberswalde, Harald Schill, the dean, two local politicians from Eberswalde, vice rector, Professor Krystyna Gutkowska from Warsaw, Professor Schulz, and myself, pressing the button and officially launching FIT in 2005. So this is the picture from the presentation I took on Friday. Okay. And this button is actually here, as I mentioned. It's with us today. If we started in 2005, we have 4 semesters. Then there is like a first production output with master thesis defenses in 2007. And there are some pictures here. The first defense was held in Eberswalde, and you can see at least a couple of people that are present here. Professor Schulz mentioned several times today. Addo, Steven. I don't remember Ludwig. As far as I remember, Oscar, that was mentioned by Addo. I can recall some names. Pierre Ibisz with Mansour. Mansour. Yeah, very nice atmosphere, and we are happy that basically that the program actually started being very mature with the first graduates. Out of more than 200 that we have today. I don't have any pictures from the accreditation, but that was extremely interesting time, I would say, to get prepared for German and later Polish accreditation. Because, as I mentioned, the systems we live in are completely different. We live in a common European higher education space, which is unfortunately the great facade, but this is not true. Simply the requirements of German committee are different than the requirements of Polish commission, and we had to satisfy both sides to get accredited in Germany and in Poland. Even though ASIN and Polish Accreditation Commission belong to European one, and they should recognize at least decisions of each other, but it doesn't work this way. Everybody has to have domestic accreditation, and this is what we had to do. But first of all, what we learned is that working with people we used to work with for last more than 3 or 4 years, it's a great pleasure, and we again were meeting for quite a long time, exchanged thousands of emails, and we had to come up with different inventions that satisfy 2 different systems. As I mentioned, the German system, whatever is not allowed is forbidden, and Polish system, whatever is not forbidden is allowed. How to put them together is quite difficult. But as far as I noticed a year or a couple of years or a few years later, that some of the ideas or solutions we provided to the German Accreditation Committee became a standard in Germany, which is quite nice. One of these ingenious inventions was the so-called special module, because in Poland, if students come and say, oh, that happened some time ago, that would be great to have, let's say, Python course, which is not located in the study program. Okay, we can do that and organize it on the fly, and we provide it to students, count it as a facultative or elective course. According to the former German idea, it's impossible because it wasn't in the program, so you cannot do that. So this is why we came up with this funny something which is attached to each semester, which is so-called special module, because we realized that there are some things that can pop up in the middle of the program that we haven't thought of, and that would be good to have an option or opportunity to provide it to students to simply improve the study program. And this is something we did, and I noticed that this kind of solution is visible, is present in some other places. On the other hand, there are also things we learned a lot. For example, the idea of having blocks, larger blocks of topics that simply gives students much more structure, knowledge on one hand, and less stress in, let's say, examination. Having, let's say, 2 or 3 exams a semester instead of 7, it's definitely more convenient, and this is what we kind of try to learn. This 20 years is a time of changes. We changed, maybe not exactly in the name, but exactly at least the logo changed a little bit from the more traditional to more modern. But we also see a lot of changes that we observed in Eberswalde, from Fachhochschule through University of Sustainable Development with Fachhochschule inside, and then converting into what we have today. That was also a good thing to observe changes, also to discuss these changes, and sometimes also think about implementation of similar things in our place. From the highest level side, the agreement was signed by Professor Wilhelm Günther Warson and Professor Tomasz Borecki. From Dean's level, Professor Andreas Linde and Professor Hieronim Arenderek. So the agreement was already signed by them when it was brought to Eberswalde in June. So this is why we could do this signing on the bench with Alfred on the way. It was nice. Now we have different rectors or presidents. In the meantime, we had also 2 other rectors in Poland. So altogether, there are 6 rectors involved in FIT. We had also a few deans, and unfortunately, 3 years ago, Professor Arenderek passed away. he was a great person. We had also deans in Eberswalde, so altogether 10 deans involved in the process, quite a long time. Now I know that you have a little bit different structure in Eberswalde, but again, we are learning a lot. I had taken some pictures on Friday on your current structure to use it, or to confirm, or to generally discuss it with our colleagues. A number of people that have been involved in the program for a long time, starting from Alfred Schulz. This is the only one of 2 pictures of Alfred available on the internet, although one is available right now, quite simple. This was dug out from the web archives, otherwise it's not accessible. Krzysztof Nowicki, present from the very beginning. Pierre Ibisz, Astrid Schilling, a good angel of fit students. Jan-Peter Mundt, that he replaced Professor Alfred Schulz as a coordinator and head of the study program. And these 2 guys over there, and some names that are obviously with the dots: Robert Tomusiak, Rafał Wojta, Michał Brach, Karol Bronisz, Ewelina Grzegorzewicz, Agnieszka Bronisz, Victor has been already mentioned here, Undine Beyersdorf, Krzysztof Persicke, yeah. Evelyn, you're here, Luis also. So that is a great pleasure to work with you and to know you. Great people and super co-operators, I would say. Fit today, you heard a lot about it today, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. I stole this picture from, I don't remember from where, but this was done by Michał probably. Yeah. This is the author sitting there. Okay, so I do hope that this is 20 years of a really great time working with great people. Time of many events, experiences, and whatever was covered by Ado during his presentation. That's basically true also for the Fit Study program. We had ups and downs, at least from my side, that looked at that. But it's a nice English saying that sounds very badly in Polish, but in English perfect, is persistence in achieving goals. And this is something that was present in all people involved with Fit, starting from those who started, those who developed, those who ran it, and those who simply took part of it in it as students. I do believe that this persistence is something that will be with us for a long time. And this is not the first 20 years, but this 20 years will be iteratively repeated over ages. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Michał, for the inspiring words. And now we are getting to the close. I would like to invite to the stage Karol.
Dear all, time is unfortunately running fast, so we are close almost already the celebration. But before we will do it, I would like to say thank you very much our alumni, our keynotes for the speaks, for the time that they found and they able to join to us today. And according to this occasion, we prepare some gifts for you. So dear Addo, Mark, Besim, Michael, and Michał, those are small gifts from the both teams, and hopefully we'll be see each other during the next event. And we are also very grateful for the daily cooperation to our partners from the Eberswalde, as Michał mentioned, and also as Jan-Peter mentioned, a lot of emails, a lot of talks, meetings for the last 20 years. And also, please allow me to use this occasion to say thank you very much. And we have also small gifts for our colleagues from Eberswalde, Luis, Evelyn, Katarina, and Jan-Peter. Thank you very much. dear all, once again, thank you very much. And the last point for. Okay, sorry. Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much, Carol. We also brought some gifts from Everswalde. So everyone who joined the celebration on Friday has received one. So Adu, you will not get something today. Yeah, and we also, there were some curious questions about our small gifts by Kamil. So we are very happy to share some gifts with you today. And thank you so much for the invitation. It was a pleasure to listen to your talks and impressions from FIT over 20 years.
Evelyn, Rich, thank you very much. And last moment for today, we prepared something for it. Lunch for all of us, and kindly, please allow me to kindly invite all of you. And we prepared the lunch on the second floor here in this building. On the first floor, room 1, divided by 78, but I think that will be easy to find it because you can follow by us and we can find the place. Once again, thank you very much.